Does my head look like a light bulb? I don't know. Maybe. Sure. Why not? I do have a round head. Skulls tend to be round in nature. I'm glad it doesn't look like a cone, you know? I'm kind of glad. I like my round head. It's nice. And I have a very slender neck. That might be some contributing factor. But anyway. Hey guys, I am coming to you from my car today. I am in my own driveway. I made a cool little makeshift tripod with my wallet. I just kind of like teed it up behind it, behind my phone, and propped it up. I'm a genius. Thank you. I had this idea for a video the other day, and now is the time to execute it, apparently. I want to talk about bullying and expand upon like sort of the negative treatment in general, I guess, because I got to thinking about it and I was like, there's so many different types of negative treatment, but we like classify it differently and we respond to it differently. And it's, I don't know, it's weird. I was thinking about it and I was like, yeah, this needs to be talked about. First of all, I want to go ahead and say, this has nothing to do with the rest of the video other than I wanted to touch on the whole parasocial relationship thing, which is what happens when there's someone on YouTube, right? They have people who follow them and know them, right? Like you guys with me. But then usually the YouTuber or celebrity on the other side of that people feel close to, like they obviously don't know who the other person is. So it's like a one-sided, close relationship. That's what a parasocial relationship is, in case you didn't know. And I was just thinking about that too in relationship to this. It is sort of related in my mind because like when it comes to being trolled or bullied, either online or in life or whatever, I kind of feel like I have like my little LeahMouse army at my side at all times. Not necessarily in like you're my legion kind of way. It's just like I feel like I have support. You know, I feel like you guys are always just there, you know, whether you're physically here, which, you know, you're not, but I know even if you don't know what's going on in my life, even if someone makes a rude comment to me and none of you ever know about it, it still feels good to have like the support. Like I know you guys support me and encourage me and like me for some reason. I don't know why, but thank you. For me, the parasocial relationship doesn't feel so parasocial to me because like I've talked about it before, but like I know you guys. I mean, I don't know you. I don't know you as well as you know me, obviously, but I always have tried to make an effort to know you guys as humans. You know, like instead of just, oh, this is that person's username and they left this comment. Like it means something to me to take it beyond that. Like I know your real names in a lot of cases beyond your usernames. And I know a lot about you guys. You know, you tell me things and you have told me things and you share things and I appreciate that. And I do keep those things in my mind and I do appreciate knowing you guys as much as I can to sort of keep it an even keel with as much as you know me. You know, I obviously can't know as much because some of you have YouTube channels, but a lot of you don't. The thing is about that is y'all give me strength. Y'all give me strength to get through my days when I'm having a bad day, someone's a meanie weenie to me, or if I'm just feeling kind of down for whatever reason. So that makes a huge difference in any of the negative treatment that I've gone through in my life since I've been on YouTube. And I'll get into that now. Before I actually dive into that, I just want to say, Serena, you're my girl, you're my soulmate, I love you. And don't anybody feel excluded. I love all of you. I just wanted to give Serena a shout out because she's a sweetheart and I love her. So, okay. I got a comment the other day that had me absolutely busting up laughing. I was at work and the notification came through on my phone that I had a YouTube comment. And I'm sorry, it had me laughing so hard. I was like, we're getting very creative with these troll comments now, aren't we? But, and if anybody's worried about me making a response to this, like, don't feed the trolls, I don't care. I legitimately don't care. I mean, whatever. It was so funny. I have to share. I shared it on my Facebook page. This person, had been around for a long time. A couple of y'all remembered this person based on the comment that they made. They hadn't been around for years. I don't know what happened there. They just like woke up one day, remembered I existed. Thank you. And decided to come back with their usual comment, but they added something to it and it was hilarious. So the thing that they used to say was that I owe Derek $300. I don't know where that came from. I don't know why they decided to start saying that whenever that was, years ago. But it's funny. I don't know. People will grab at anything to try to get under your skin. I don't know what the hell. But the thing that had me laughing was they started off the comment, was how they started it and how they ended it. They started off the comment with, it was something like, has anyone ever told you, or has anyone ever pointed out the resemblance between your head and a light bulb? Well, I don't know. There was just a very marks for creativity. I'll give you that. So of course I responded with some smart ass thing because that's how I am. I'm a smart ass. And then the fact that they ended the comment with, please make a response to this comment. I'm just like, okay. I left my smart ass response, because that's who I am. And then they responded to that one with, thank you, Leah. Love ya, really. Heart. What? Like, what just happened? It's like two dudes just got in a bar fight and then shook hands and became besties. Like, what just happened? But it did get me thinking because I was legitimately laughing about this for like 15 minutes while I was at work. And I just couldn't wrap my mind around the ridiculousness of this, but it was so funny. But then I was thinking, I was like, I've been on YouTube a long time and I've dealt with a lot of stuff, not just on YouTube, but like in my personal life. I was bullied all through school. All through school, okay. And not just verbally either. I mean, I was physically assaulted with my bullying and stuff. I had vandalism, theft, I mean, you name it. I went through it. And then I ended up in a slew of abusive relationships afterwards, which were a colorful variation of physical, psychological, mental, verbal, again, across the board. So I don't take YouTube trolling seriously at all. Like, even when they try to dig as far as they possibly can under my skin with something like really, really personal, it doesn't annoy me on a personal level. It just kind of annoys me that there are people like that out there. You know what I mean? Like, why do people have to be this way? Like, that's the thing that bugs me. I don't take personal offense. I'm not like, oh my God, ow, you really got to me. Like, I'm upset now. It's like, no, it's just more like, it's like when people don't use their turn signals. It doesn't affect me personally because, I mean, sometimes it does because I almost run into them, but it doesn't affect my day in as much as I'm just irritated that they're being inconsiderate. Like, it just pisses me off that there's people like that out there who want to suck as much as possible intentionally and can't just be good people. I don't, it unnerves me that these people drive and vote. You know what I mean? So that's really the extent of what that kind of thing bothers me. Because I've been through so much that a meeny-weeny little YouTube comment, I said on my personal Facebook, it's like threatening Arnold Schwarzenegger with a sock puppet. It's not, I'm sorry. Honey, I've been through so much worse. Okay. Thanks for playing, but yeah, that got me thinking about that because people who haven't been on YouTube as long as I have, or are just starting off, or maybe are just a little bit more sensitive than I am. I mean, I am pretty sensitive. I will give you that. Like, on a personal level, there is a divide between me and the internet. I don't take that stuff seriously, but like, sometimes things get to me in personal. Like, you have to be really close to me to actually hurt my feelings, though. I will tell you that. So there's like literally 3 people who could actually legitimately hurt my feelings, and they'd have to really try. I know people have gotten nervous when they want to make a YouTube channel or when they put up videos or whatever because they don't have the thick skin that everyone knows is required to be on YouTube, because these people do come out and they do try. They do really, really try to upset you just for their own entertainment, and it's really hard to pep talk people into like, oh, don't let it bother you. Because I know it's not that simple. It's really not as simple as just don't let it bother you. It's like, look, your emotions are your emotions, and you are absolutely entitled to however you emotionally react to something. And I feel like telling people to just not let it get to you isn't helpful. It's not helpful. I mean, but what else can you do, right? So I got to thinking about all the different types of treatment that's like that, negative treatment. There's so many, but we have different labels for it. Okay, so we've got trolling, which is the kind of thing that a lot of people generally encourage you to just let slide off your back. I'm sorry that there's a bunny hopping across. Oh, he's so cute. I'm sorry, we have a lot of bunnies around our house. So cute. Anyway, so the trolling is what people generally encourage everybody to just ignore, let it roll off your back, don't pay attention to it, don't feed it, whatever, just let it go, right? So, and then there's like bullying, which, the online stuff could be considered bullying. I think there's many different types of bullying. I think bullying is when you make it personal. This is just my own personal definition. I'm not trying to like quote Webster's or anything here, but my own personal definition of bullying is if they make it personal. They really draw something from your life, or they know you, or they go through your profile or something and grab something that is personal to you and try to use it against you. I think that's what bullying is. Obviously it can be physical, like I've been through that. And that's more associated with like schoolyard stuff, like immature kids stuff, even though it can be physical, like wedgies or pantsing or slamming your head against a bus window. I don't know. Shooting a spitball on your backpack, things like that. And then we've got abuse. So abuse, which also I've been through, is someone very close to you. Usually that's by definition, it's someone close to you, like a parent or a significant other, where they really take advantage of your closeness to them and they treat you in a manner that is extremely bad and opposite from how they should be treating you. Whether it's verbal, psychological, mental, physical, all of those things. So it's interesting that there are different levels, different words, for all of these things that basically amount to the same thing. They all make you feel bad. They're all intended on making you feel bad. So I just thought it was interesting that we label the different things based on severity or proximity to the person, or how, the extreme way it makes you feel, because they can all lead to the same irreparable psychological harm. If people go through enough internet trolling or bullying or, internet whatever, that can have a really damaging, psychological effect on you. And same with bullying. You end up in this really depressed place. And same with abuse. I'm not saying they're all equal to each other. I'm just saying it's interesting to think about that they all sort of come from the same place. I am intending to hurt you. And usually it works. And if you have enough of it, it can be really bad. And the other one I want to throw in here that's very, very interesting to me psychologically, that I still struggle with because of all the bullying and the abuse, and also my neurodivergence. I take things very literally, logically. I don't quite understand when people are joking a lot. There's teasing. I think teasing is also negative treatment. I would put teasing in the same vein as bullying. I kind of always have. I don't like it when someone I'm friendly with, like a friend or JJ, my boyfriend, when they say something negative, but it's supposed to be funny. I've never quite understood that. I don't agree with it. Sometimes I can laugh about it because I know his intention or their intention isn't harmful, But at the same time, my brain goes, but why do you do it if you're not trying to be harmful? Like, why is it funny? Why is it funny to say something mean to someone you care about, and it's supposed to be funny because you don't mean it? Why would you even say it? I've never understood that. I don't tease people. You know, you never know how people are going to take stuff. I mean, even if you're really, really close to them, like JJ still teases me. Sometimes it's a big misfire and I legitimately kind of get a little hurt. And then he has to explain that he was joking. And I'm like, it's not funny. I don't get it. You know, I don't get it. Don't do that, man. But other times it's okay. Like, you know, he'll call me a punk. I'll call him a brat and it's fine. Like, it's just odd. It's odd that teasing kind of toes the line. But it can also have the same effect. Like, my boss calls me a bitch all the time. But she's a lovely lady, and I love her, and I burst up laughing every time she does it because I know she's doing it in a funny way. I don't know why that one lands, but because I think we're all neurodivergent, and it just kind of works that way. But anyway, so I just think that in the way to handle... I mean, it's different for everybody, but the way to get through negative treatment, whether it's teasing that you don't understand so it still hits badly, trolling, bullying, abuse. Since I've lived through all of that, I think the best way to get through it, honestly, is a solid support system. It's really, really hard to pep talk yourself out of reacting and feeling in response to all that. It's really hard to just be like, oh, I'm not going to let it get to me. I'm just going to ignore that. Because even if you do in the moment, sometimes it circles back around and it'll hit you a couple of days later, or even a couple hours later, or even a couple of years later, and it'll worm its way into your head. Even if you tell yourself that they were doing it on purpose and there's no substance to it, if you have any amount of insecurity, which most human beings do, I don't think there's anybody on the planet who doesn't have at least a little bit of insecurity or low self-esteem or low self-confidence. Not any one person is 100% confident or 100% sure of themselves, you know, where everything just slides off their back. Those people are called arrogant. But anyway, that's a different thing. But having a good support system, you know, really makes a difference, because it's almost like psychologically you need proof that that one person was wrong. So if one person comes at you and says mean things and you don't have any friends, remembering my little self in school, that's kind of debatable. If several people are coming at you saying mean things and you don't have any friends, way worse. Because then it seems like the majority feels this way and no one's on your side. So they must be correct, right? And it really gets to you. But then if you have one person saying something and you have one friend to counteract it, it's easier to kind of let it slide. If you have one person coming at you and you have a ton of people to counteract it, very much easier to let it slide. Easier to bust up laughing while you're at work because somebody compared your head to a light bulb. It's just hard to remember that people do these things intentionally. It doesn't actually have anything to do with you. Even if what they say might be true. I want to emphasize this, okay? Because sometimes they do say things that are factually true. Like, I do have a large forehead. Thank you. I do. I really do. And people come at that a lot too. I have had a lot of boyfriends. People love to pick on that one. I mean, they definitely exaggerate it. I haven't, you know, jumped from guy to guy to guy to guy to guy to guy to guy over the years. I think I've had like all of 4 boyfriends in the 12 years I've been on YouTube. So, I mean, they make me sound way sluttier than I am. But yes, I have had a lot of boyfriends. So that is accurate. However, I think the key thing to remember when people come at you with things that are factually accurate about you and they try to make you feel bad about it and they try to use that against you is, and again, I know this is easier said than done, but you kind of have to own it. You have to own it, and then they lose their power and it dies on impact because they're trying to make you feel bad for your situation, your choices, your physical appearance, whatever. I'm aware that I have a big forehead. There's nothing I can do about it. And honestly, I didn't know I had a big forehead until I was on YouTube and people started pointing it out. I wasn't even aware of it. And then I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh shit, I do have a big forehead. Holy shit. Is that normal? But I don't care. Like, it was something I was insecure about. That would be one thing, you know, if I was just like, oh my God, they're talking about my forehead again. Please don't look at my forehead. I should get bangs, you know, but I don't care, you know. And the thing, like, I've had a lot of boyfriends. Who hasn't? I'm sorry, but I mean, you know, there's probably like 8 people in the world who married their high school sweetheart and they're still married, and that's all they've ever had. That's very rare. Okay, a lot of people go into adulthood trial and error through relationships because relationships are freaking hard. And let me tell you what, when you've been in a slew of abusive relationships, yeah, you get the fuck out. What else are you supposed to do? I can't help it that all these people were jerks. I don't know where they came from or why. I was just like, my easy prey or what? I don't know what that is. So, you know, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, because I would have been judged for staying with abusive people, but then I get called out for like having a lot of boyfriends. It's like, well, yeah, because I dumped these bozos because they were abusing me. Sorry if that ruins your day. But you know what? At least I can get another boyfriend because I'm freaking awesome. I've barely ever been single because I'm freaking awesome. What? See? You gotta own it, man. You gotta own it. You can't let it fester in your head and feel bad about your life circumstances. You have to think about it in a positive way because there's always a positive way to look at everything. Okay, maybe not everything, but most things, okay? A big part of how you respond to negative treatment is a big part of it. That was very circular. A big part of how negative treatment from others affects you is how you respond to it. You know, does my head look like a light bulb? I don't know. Maybe. Sure. Why not? I do have a round head. Skulls tend to be round in nature. I'm glad it doesn't look like a cone, you know? I'm kind of glad. I like my round head. It's nice. And I have a very slender neck. That might be some contributing factor, but anyway, how you respond to it is a big deal. It's hard to not let people push you around if it's more extreme example like bullying or abuse. It's very, very hard. I know it is, but it's just so important to try to remember to not give them that power. And it's not to the end of like, oh, if you ignore them, they'll go away. The goal should not be to make them stop. That should be part of it, because of course you want them to stop. But I feel like the real goal should be to feel empowered within yourself, to be more psychologically and emotionally equipped to handle when people are gonna just suck. Because people are going to suck over and over and over and over and over and over throughout your entire life. There's no way to stop all of them. You just kind of have to grow the confidence within yourself so that you can strut around like the awesome diva that you are, okay? And just sort of be impervious and live your best life regardless of how people mistreat you. If you're in an abusive situation, obviously get the hell out of there. You know, obviously get that. You're not going to be able to stop them. I'm going to tell you that right now. You cannot change them. You cannot stop them. Just get out. Just go. As soon as you smell smoke, go. I know that's easier said than done, but just freaking go. There is no changing those people. But yeah, the goal isn't to get them to stop, in my opinion. The goal is to be confident in yourself so that you're better equipped to handle it. Like, I got this car, for example. You know, the goal was not to get it to stop snowing in North Dakota because that's impossible. The goal was to be better equipped for when it does snow. I am really proud of that analogy. Wow. You see what I mean? You know, when it comes to trolling, bullying, abuse is so much harder to deal with because they really trap you. But again, I think the most important key to getting through all of those things is a very good support system. Even if you don't tell people, even if they don't know, just knowing that you have people on your side who genuinely care about you and like you and know that you deserve to be happy and you deserve better and you deserve good treatment. So I know when I was going through my abuse, while I was on YouTube, and y'all weren't none the wiser, and I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to like hide that from you guys, but that's also not something I wanted to, announce. Knowing I had you guys really helped. Like, it really, really helped. Like, you have no idea. Even though you had no idea what was going on, I knew that I had you guys in my corner. And even though I didn't have to call on you, just knowing that I had people who had my back and supported me and liked me really helped get me through it in one piece, if you know what I mean. So I really appreciate you guys hanging out in my videos and getting to know me and being around and sticking it out. And I just appreciate you guys. You're such good people. You're all such good people. And I mean, I'm not really getting emotional. I mean, I am, but it just makes such a difference. So I just really I want all of you guys to know, listen, okay? I want all of you guys to know, if you guys ever need anybody, and even if you're too embarrassed to say anything, you don't even have to tell me. Just know I am in your corner, okay? Every last stinking one of you. And I'm not saying that in just like a parasocial, general, way. I mean, really, all of you. I know you guys, I know you guys. And I know a lot of the struggles that you guys have been through, are going through, have recently overcome. And I'm thinking of specific people right now because I know. And even if I don't really know you and you've been a silent watcher and have never commented, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. LeahMouse has your back. You guys have had my back all these years, and I just want you to know that it's the same. I have your guys' back. None of you deserves to be bullied or abused or trolled. Child's play. But none of you guys deserves negative treatment. So I want you to know that I am on your side. I am in your corner. I support you. And I know that every single one of you deserves to be happy and treated well, and to not let these people take advantage of anything. So if you're going through anything whatsoever, you don't have to tell me. If you want to, you can send me a message on my Facebook page. I don't mind. I will listen to you. I will be there for you. And I've done it before. A lot of you guys have messaged me about stuff. But even if you're not comfortable talking to me about it, just know I'm rooting for you personally. Okay? So you guys are my support system. I'm your support system. And I have the biggest freaking mama bear personality ever. I know you guys probably haven't seen it in action because we're not physically around each other. But I don't stand up for myself very well. I try to. But I don't like conflict. It makes me nervous. It makes me anxious. I tend to just kind of run away, drop it, and go, whatever. But if I see someone I care about, or even someone I don't care about, or even know, if I see someone getting mistreated, oh boy, do I swoop in. Because I remember reading somewhere once, be the person that you wanted for you when you were growing up, or something of that nature. I always wanted somebody to swoop in and just freaking be like, you know what, leave her alone. I've always wanted that, and no one's ever done it. No one's ever done it. I had to do it for myself or just run away. Okay, my mom did a few times, but she's my mom. She's supposed to do that, right? And she's awesome. But I don't like seeing other people being hurt. I won't stand for it. And I know what it feels like to be in that vulnerable situation where you just can't stand up for yourself and someone is really taking advantage of that. So it's just a knee-jerk instinct. I swoop in, and that's just the way it is. I have a mama bear thing, and I don't have any kids, so that's where it goes. It goes to the rest of the world. So I have your guys' back. Just wanted you to know that in case you didn't. Okay, so the temperature has been dropping while I've been sitting here in the car because it is cold outside and I don't have the car on and the heat's not running. So I'm only in a hoodie. I'm going to go inside where it's warm. And I appreciate you guys. I'm going to go in the house now. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I hope you're all doing well. I'm not going to do a vlog phrase of the day today because I feel like this was a more serious topic and I don't want to water it down, so to speak. So you guys have a pleasant day. I will see you next time, and I love you all bunches and bunches.